It's 6 p.m. This is SNN, the Suncoast News Network, your local news leader.
Happy Wednesday, everyone. I'm Eric Wilson. Don Brennan has the week off. Thank you for joining us here on the SNN Evening Edition. Let's get right to our top stories. We begin tonight in Manatee County, where staff will soon be allowed to carry firearms at work. The decision comes following the approval of controversial policy changes by commissioners. It was first proposed by Commissioner James Satcher last year, who believes that allowing employees to carry firearms in the workplace will improve safety in a live shooter environment. County commissioners voted on the two initiatives during a public meeting on Tuesday. They also approved other efforts, such as commitment to a GAP funding loan for the 920 Manatee Affordable Housing Project, and created an investment oversight committee. A Sarasota man has been sentenced to life in prison for sexual battery of a child in 2021. Last Thursday, a jury found 48-year-old John Martin Smith guilty. Judge Thomas Krug presided over the 4-day trial. Detectives started this investigation when a 4-year-old girl came forward and said that her stepfather abused her on his sailboat in Sarasota Bay in the summer of 2021. Now, during the investigation, detectives found an older stepdaughter of Smith's was also abused by him when she was 12. The now 9-year-old and 30-year-old victims both took the stand last week to testify against him. Sarasota Memorial Hospital in Venice is doubling in size to keep up with the county's rapid growth. SNN's Brianna Boskert was at the topping out ceremony for the new tower and has the story.
Construction for a new tower at SMH Venice is well underway, which will add over 100 hospital beds.
We built this hospital back in November, about a year and a half ago, and it filled up almost automatically. We knew it was going to be busy, didn't know quite how fast it was going to be busy.
Staff gathered Wednesday morning to sign a beam that will complete the building's frame.
I think it goes actually in the elevator shaft. So it's mostly a concrete building, so there's not a ton of steel, but we will carry on the tradition.
Typically, a topping out ceremony would include hoisting the beam into place. April showers put a pause on that for now, but no amount of rain can slow down this hospital's ability to serve its community. They were the only campus in South County that stayed running through Hurricane Ian.
Our hospital got inundated by patients that were coming up from Charlotte County, from other parts of South Sarasota, and ultimately needed a place to be, and we were happy to be that place for them. But it definitely showed us our strains on the community, strains on healthcare, and where we need to go for the future.
The new 5-story tower will be essential in future storms and year-round patient care.
And this is just one step. We have a lot more projects coming online to serve South County, South Sarasota County, and we're just excited about continuing to grow.
Once open, the tower will provide an additional 250 jobs. Reporting in Sarasota County, Brianna Boskert, SNN, the Suncoast News Network.
Sarasota Memorial Hospital plans to finish construction next April. All right, let's check in with Justin Mosley, who has our Weather Authority forecast.
All right, thanks, Sir Eric. Boy, hold on to your hat out there. These winds have been so strong for today. Just updating the gust up to 37 miles an hour here in Sarasota, 24 Bradenton and Venice, 23 in Inglewood, and 31 down in Charlotte County at Punta Gorda. So it is a windy evening for sure. The winds are going to remain elevated for this evening. It'll take until about midnight to bring those winds down. Our dew points in the upper 60s, approaching the 70-degree mark as we head through the day tomorrow. So that's the humidity that we'll begin to feel, and thus our rain chances that'll continue as well. The radar has been very active today across the peninsula, and notice the showers breaking out along the coast, everything moving from south to north across the area, and the heaviest rain, flooding rains, in fact, has been in South Florida from the Palm Beaches southward into Lauderdale and Miami. You can see the warnings that are out. Pembroke Pines, Hollywood, up towards Hollandale, all the way down to Aventura. Heavy rainfall keeps up at the coastline in South Florida. We'll see if we've got more rain in the picture. We'll come right back with our 7-day forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Justin. Now, bringing kids to drag shows could soon become a felony in Florida. Florida's lawmakers advanced a bill Tuesday that punishes businesses that admit children to adult live performances. The bill's language defines adult live performances as any presentation that depicts or simulates nudity, sexual conduct, or specific sexual activities. Penalties would include fines in the thousands of dollars, misdemeanors, and businesses being stripped of their licenses. The House's version of the bill, HB 1423, has 2 more stops before getting a floor vote. The Community Foundation of Sarasota County announces grants for Hurricane Ian recovery efforts. To address the community's ongoing and long-term recovery from Hurricane Ian, they are launching the first in a series of competitive grant cycles specific to disaster recovery. Grant proposals focusing on the following will receive priority case: management, children, youth services, education, home repair and housing needs, legal services, long-term recovery group and community organization active in disaster support, mental and behavioral health. To apply for a grant, visit cfsarasota.org. Now, the initial grant is going to close on April 28th. New data today from the Bureau of Labor Statistics shows inflation cooling to its lowest level, but prices still being high. The Federal Reserve may have to keep raising interest rates at least 1 more month, pushing the cost of borrowing money even higher. NBC's Alice Barr breaks down the numbers.
Reassurance today that sky-high prices are headed in the right direction as inflation cooled to 5% year-over-year in March, down from 6% in February. It's the 9th straight month of easing price growth on an annual basis since a 9% peak in June.
July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, now March have been lower.
Grocery prices ticked down 1/3% from the previous month, with bigger drops in items like eggs that had soared to record highs. President Biden saying, quote, "This progress means more breathing room for hard-working Americans."
Jobs are going up, wages are going up, and inflation is coming down.
But prices are still way too high, with housing costs continuing to wear on Americans. A new CNBC Momentive survey finds that 70% of those polled are stressed about their personal finances. The biggest factors include inflation, economic instability, interest rates rising, and a lack of savings. More than half said they had no emergency savings. The latest inflation data indicates the Federal Reserve's aggressive interest rate hikes appear to be working to slow the economy, leaving investors hopeful those rate increases may soon be done. Though with inflation still well above the Fed's 2% target, analysts expect at least 1 more small hike next month, meaning an even higher cost of borrowing for consumers waiting for signs of hope in the economy to bring real-world relief. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
All right, thank you, Alice. Now, part of the reason prices remain stubbornly high is a hot jobs market. People with jobs keep spending. The unfortunate trade-off is that the Federal Reserve wants to see the unemployment rate rise a little bit more before it stops hiking interest rates. Broadway shows here on the Suncoast and nationwide could be going dark. The Actors Equity Association was out last night before the musical Mean Girls performed at the Van Wezel. The union is representing 51,000 professional actors and stage managers, including all the performers performing at the Van Wezel in Mean Girls.
Actors and stage managers on the road for touring companies who travel all across the country, including Mean Girls, are currently in negotiations for their contract, and we're trying to educate our audiences on what that means.
Their main goal is to increase wages for their performers and their crew. Continuing with our Parkinson's Awareness Series, one gym treats every month like April, which as we know is Parkinson Awareness Month. SNN's Sydney Rell has the details.
Here at Jayco's Boxing and Fitness Gym, a class specifically for people with Parkinson's disease takes place 3 times a week, all year long.
You can fight off the disease. It's not a death sentence, and the people that stick with this program, they feel better for days on end after working out here with us, and the program is geared to help fight symptoms related to Parkinson's disease.
For the past 7 years, Jayco's has held boxing classes for people with Parkinson's every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
I just want to hit the bejesus out of the bags and fight Parkinson's back.
They work on their balance, their walking gait, different punching routines, and more. The goal of each exercise is to help strengthen muscles that people with PD may need to use in their lives daily.
You know, we do a lot of squats, for example, and the way they put it here is that you always want to make sure you have your own legs to get up and out of a chair, up and out of a toilet seat, and so squats help strengthen out your legs. So everything we do here is related to what's going to help us with our Parkinson's journey.
Participant Carolina Murphy says her advice for anyone struggling with the disease is to get up and get involved in the community.
But you can't stay home and sit on the chair and hope it goes away. It's not going to go away, so get involved and be around people that are like-minded, that want to get better and want to fight this till the end.
JACOS has 100 members and about 20 of them have Parkinson's disease.
Go kick Parkinson's in the butt, everybody.
In Sarasota, I'm Sydney Rell, SNN, the Suncoast News Network.
Thank you, Sydney. This was part 2 of our Parkinson's Awareness Series. Tune in every night at 5 and 5:30 for more. Coming up on the evening edition, Senator Tim Scott expected to announce the launch of a committee for his 2024 presidential bid. More when we return.